trust in me, and you will find. And time goes by so naturally while you receive infinity.
Okay, Gemini, we're in for your spirituality reading for the month of March and into April 2024. Don't let the date limit you if it resonates. So we'll get into the first set of cards here, which is the Dreams of Gaia Oracle deck, or Tarot deck, rather. So the first card there for you, Gemini, is Desire 20. You know, it's interesting. This card comes up when a lot of, when you think of desire, there's a certain frequency that hits. But this card is never about that per se. It always has a darker connotation when it comes up in my readings, frankly. No. I think maybe it's someone who doesn't have a rein on their desires, so they may be going off center a little bit here. May not be balanced in what it is we desire outward of us. So let's continue forward here. Okay, the next card that we get for you from the Gaia deck is, there it is, the Devil card. 5 of Earth. This is always my Devil card. That means that either we or someone around us is taking advantage of us, or we're taking advantage of other people. We're taking things that are not ours, or trying to do so, is what they're saying. Again, a desire for something that is out of whack here. It's not ours to take, so we're not deserving, so the universe is going to buck you tooth and nail on this, okay? Yeah, I'm getting a negative pole, Gemini, here. So we're going to learn. Alrighty, I'm pulling my sleeves up for this one. Oh, sense of humor. We got to break through here. Okay. Now, yeah, the desire is on the tainted side. Not only that, it is not ours to have, and we have no entitlement to it. And the more that we push in this direction, the harder we're going to feel the sting. Okay, as we go forward into the future, 22, intuition. Now, this is interesting because if we were in and amongst our intuition in the proper pole, we would know this highly. We wouldn't even be indulging in this area specifically. But what I'm getting here is the devil's running the show. So either have an ego we're coming from and we're trying to sustain that side of things, or we just kind of are soulless and mindless, and taking what it is that we want on the physical earth without regards to anybody else and their highest good, okay? Which is not good, but this is what I'm getting. This is the energy. So let's move on to the second row, shall we? Definitely a negative pole here. Not only that, in the grips quite well, we're duct taped all around like a mummy in the energy of the devil, and we are going forward thinking this is the correct thing to do. Because in some way, shape, or form, it's been proven to us in this way, is what I'm getting. Which is, it's warped, right? So that's complete illusional states we're in. So on top of the desire card, the chakra card we get there is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about putting a lot of work and effort into something and then having to leave it, disregard it. Yeah. Like there's a desire here. And usually this desire card comes out when there's an imbalance of things. So we have desire on one end. It could be a desire for lust that's driving us. Could be a desire for revenge that's driving us. It could be anything. But it's always on the wrong side of things. Like we've put a lot of work and energy into something we don't want to give up on it, is the sense that I'm getting. Okay? Now, as we move into this devil energy, which is in our present at this point, it is the utmost importance at this time. Now, this energy is taking from others, wrongfully taking from others. So on top of that energy, the chakra card we get is the 8 of Wands. Wow. It's interesting how that red, we have the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and again, it is the 8-year, and I feel like this is going to be a very defining year for us and the way that we go forward in this energy field. Now, if we are in the grips of the devil and, we're all tainted in the side of wrong, we are continuing to go down that road. There's a sense that in the past we had an opportunity to jump off this train and go in another direction, like alleviate ourselves of this, but we refuse to do so. I feel like our free will has brought us to a point where we're not giving up on this. There's no two ways. But again, it's in the wrong way. It's not ours to have. So anything that we're fighting to gain, it's not ours to have. The energy won't connect. Okay? I have to say that. But we are going to strive higher and higher in order to attain it. Now, as we go forward into the future, this intuition card can go left or right here. So far, I'm picking up on the negative pole. Let's see if we can get some positivity here. On top of that intuition card, we have the Seven of Coins. Seven of Coins is about assessment. What have we've made all these beautiful coins and we're looking at them, surveying them, looking and seeing what we've done up to now. What have we done up to now? And the major energy here is we've created a lot of strife here. And, our next reading will be pivotal, is the sense that I'm getting. Because at this point, we're just looking at all that we've done so far and assessing the damage. Okay? Let's go to the third row. It's with Shaman's Oracle. This is heavy on the wrong side. So there's always a chance to redeem, but I feel like the easiest part of that has passed us already, and we've made the decision to go in the wrong way. This new way that we've gone, we made the decision we're going in the wrong way, and that was the easiest bubble we could have popped. Now it's going to get harder as we go forward to jump back on the right train here. Okay? It's going to be harder. We're going to get hurt as we go, but part of us knows this. But we just, again, not succumbing to any type of energy in that way. Okay. On top of the Eight of Cups, again, past, letting go of energies that we've put a lot of work and effort in. On top of that, we get Winter's Dream, gestation period. There's something that we desired. We had to release. And I feel like we're now going through a period where we're going to be without it. Okay? And I really don't know if that's good or bad. But there was something we desired in the past. We had to let go of it. And there's a gestation period here. And again, I feel like that's almost like the picking. Okay, I picked the wrong road. So now they're on this wrong road. I think the gestation period is a universal pause that they're giving you to go back and pick the right lane here. But again, I do not feel the Gemini is going to go down that road. But nonetheless, there's a pause here, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it will bring you to a completion level where we don't have to deal with the chaos and the drama anymore. But it's not going to, again, from the Gemini's perspective, I just feel like they're absolutely uninterested in going down that road. Okay? So the Eight of Wands on top of there, again, guidance to move forward and go in the area of the devil's path here. So taking what's not ours, we're going to continue to do this because we want it, and that's it. And if they're willing to give it up or they're willing to fight for it and lose, I will take it. This kind of thing. Eight of Wands. On top of that energy, we get the Me Talks, repairing body, mind, spirit. Interesting. Now, in order to repair your body, mind, and spirit, you have to be willing to go in and heal. I feel like this is lost on this Gemini that I'm picking up the energy on. There may be some positive poles here that may recognize this, but the positive pole people won't be in such grips of taking from others at this time as I'm picking up here. So I think they're starting to split the energy here at the end of the reading. And it'll move you into that new, because they're kind of showing me the next reading will be pivotal. And we can't give that prediction of that reading because the decisions haven't been made yet in order to go in this way. But somebody is definitely going headlong into an area here that they will not give up on, okay? And again, it's not for their highest good. It's not theirs direction to go in. It's almost like, the kindergartner's going all the way across the room and he's going to grab that kid's toy and bring it all the way back. And it's like, no, that's not your toy. You have a group of toys here that's yours. Got your name on it, the whole bit. That's yours. You can't go across the room and take their toys because that's their toys. It's got their name on it. That's their path. You can't take someone else's path. As we go into the Me Talks energy, that is a clearing of the soul. That is a cleansing of the energy. So again, the universe always likes to leave an open door for you to walk through that if you choose to do so. For some here, I'm feeling, again, the predominant energy is not to indulge in that. But let's move forward to the future. 22, the intuition. Now, again, I feel like it's a tainted intuition. I feel like the darkness is coming out here. I see the black cat with the evil eyes. I feel the spider. And I feel the darkness in the moon, the illusions. We may be under an illusion that something is ours when it's truly not. This may be. There's a web of stuff that needs to come down here. And it all starts with the Gemini's decision to let go of the direction that they're holding on to so tightly. In an obsessive kind of way. In a desirable kind of way. Okay. As we go into the 7 of coins, again, we're talking about overlooking what we've accomplished so far. And the shaman's card on top of that is lay of the land, ancestral wisdom. We maybe have people, generational people, like people, elders above us, older, wiser people in our 3D universe that are trying to get a hold of us and talk sense to us, that may be seeing the mistakes that we're making here and trying to talk to us to convince us to do different. And there may also be guided, ascended ones, people that have passed over, loved ones of our own that are trying to convince us of doing the right thing at this time. There is a line of stuff here that is trying to get through to us, no less. And again, I feel for the people in the positive poles. I feel they'll be filtered with this. They'll be resonating and picking up subtle energies. And even though they may not believe it's from a loved one, they're going to hear the information and see it and take it into account. Okay? And for those on the negative pole, I feel like, again, I don't know if they're going to get a hold of this before it's too late. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. It's pretty clear cut. There's somebody here is trying to gain things on either on the physical world or in the spiritual world that are not theirs. And because of this, I just feel like their life is going to be an uphill battle with increasing strength, they said, over time here, until they see the error of their ways. And for whatever reason, they are blocked out of their instinct to a certain degree. The animal card was heavy, heavy, heavy. Some surprising readings through this series, actually. A lot of them not what I expected at all. I don't know what I expect, but, not on the mundane, is deeply spiritually shifting. Okay. So the animal card, the divine animal card we have for you, Gemini. The lioness is, man, comes out a lot. Protection, lioness, okay, me moments. Yeah, there are people from above trying to protect us. And there is your instinct trying to protect you. But if you go against it, we can cancel those things out. So, picking up highly on the negative pole again, but for the positive poles, we are protected in our path and we are gaining in our wisdom of instinct and whatnot, and we are going to slowly start to come out of this fog and embrace of the devil that we've been under, that we felt so warm and fuzzy, and we're starting to release from all of that. And the lioness is the proof that there's strong protection factors here in this life and in others that are trying to protect you and get you to go in the highest good kind of way. And depending on your pole and where you stand with that, that's how easily you will shift out of it, or how hard of a struggle you're going to have if you decide not to. So the zodiac card that we have for you, Gemini, is an eclipse in Sagittarius. This is the first eclipse that we have here. An eclipse in Sagittarius, 3-3, talking about growth. Success after a setback. Okay. So this bodes well for those in the positive poles of this, trying to get out of a sticky situation. It means that the universe is highly by your side, and they're showing me two angels pulling you by the arms where your feet are dragging. We're going to get you there. You know, we have the free will. As long as you're not in resistance, this would be a good thing. And we're going to lead you down the road to growth. We want your soul to grow and advance forward. This is for your highest good, right? All of that. Now, when we have an eclipse in Sagittarius, like the eclipse energy, it blocks things out, stops things right up. Everything stops. And I feel like this scenario that we're coming upon, this pivotal moment that the universe is setting up here. Either we've gone, like the sense they're giving me is we've gone through a couple checkposts already and made the wrong decisions. But this one is going to define our road. It's going to split it in two. And we can either continue to go on this negative road or we can open up a new doorway. But after this point, again, this is reminiscent of the reading I just did for Cancer. These are pivotal life moments, pivotal life paths that we are going to take here is going to change the whole trajectory of where you sit and stand. Don't underestimate the power of this year. And it's 8 frequency. You know, I got to tell you, I'm prompted to tell a story. Story time. When I first went into, like, I come across this business course to take on entrepreneurs and whatnot, and the whole thing was to do my readings and whatnot. And I went with a group of people, and, you know, they're all doing different things. One's a computer person, one's, you know, crafts and home cooking, and da-da-da. It was all different walks of people. And we go in there, and we're learning about the path forward. And there comes a point where you have to name your business. You have to get a name for it. And I was like, oh man, I never thought of a name. Why do I need a name, you know? And I thought, well, I don't, and they said, well, if you can't figure it out, just leave it blank, you know, and come up with one. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to meditate on that. So then I sat down and I, you know, communed with the energies, and I said, what would be a good name to put on what I do? And first of all, they gave me the name Mystic. And I was like, mystic, what does that even really mean? Like, I know mystic, you hear the name, the word, but you don't know what it means. And then I was like, And they go, well, you are a mystic. I said, okay, yeah, that I agree with. Picking up on universal flow, that's all good, great, wonderful. Okay, I'm not too fond of that name. Give me another. And they said Infinity. And then I was like, Infinity Readings. Boom, there it is. Got it. That was me in my green suit, not knowing nothing really too intense about infinite potential, any of that, energy field, nothing. I just knew infinity is kind of like unlimited. And I thought, that's cool. No bounds. I like that. That's great. And as time went on, not only did the mystic title that they gave me expand in my own awareness, but so did the infinite potential. You're unbound, you're unreleased, you're not limited by anything or anyone. Now, coming back to the Gemini, they want you to be in this energy state. And if we're running with the devil, we are absolutely bound, and we know it. But a refusal to admit this out of the ego sense of it, I've put all this work and energy into here, I'm not giving up now. Because to admit that I'm wrong, I can't do this. Then you continue to go and you will suffer for that. But if you drop the ego and you release from all that has built so far, and you realize this has not got me this has not got me where I needed to be. And some of the Geminis are learning this. They're realizing this, and maybe they've realized this for a long time, but are going to stand more firmly in this energy zone, they will be the ones to first step out into the growth garden, if you will, and start picking the flowers there and going, you know what? I was on the wrong path. I was wrong. Now let's go to where things are right. Let's try this for now. Maybe I'll divert my attention again, but at least I know that what I was doing in the past didn't work for me. Right? And again, I'm getting like a high ego here that's blocking us from seeing that. Okay. So the eclipse, again, is stop and start energy. So it's going to be glaringly obvious. It's going to hit you suddenly. It's going to be like a tower moment, like boom, epiphany out of the blue, but it may come from outside of you because, again, we're not on the path to admit this. And it's going to continue to do this, smack you in the face until you realize what you're doing. Or admit to your wrongs. This kind of thing is what I'm getting on the negative poles. Again, not everybody's going to be in this energy. There will be different variations of this, but the ones that are having the most trouble, this is where they're sending me, right? So the eclipse in Sagittarius is success after a setback. I feel like the setback is there to help you illuminate to the right and wrong of what is going on here. Your desires are going off in the wrong direction, so we have to correct that. And the universe is trying to auto-correct you, and we're going back in there and messing around. So, again, there can be a success after a setback, or we can just continue to go in the old ways. But growth is the way that the universal energy is flowing. And if you're not aligned with that, things are going to get rough. So, Gemini, that is your reading. For those on the positive pole, you are protected. For those on the negative pole, you are not. I have to say that. You are not. You are working to, because what people don't understand about energetics, they can do things, get away with things, and again, in the past, but as you do those bad things and get away with those bad things, your protection slowly decreases. Your angels suddenly go, yeah, I can't intervene anymore. It's this person's free will, and they're making the decisions. That energy field does not match with the higher, I can't express it. But I'm feeling the frustration of it, right? So I have a hard time grasping it. But anyway, success after a setback, that's the main issue here. You're going to have a huge setback that could put you on the right track, or you could have a huge setback that you just continue to fight with. So Gemini, that is your spirituality reading for March, April of 2024. Take care, have fun, and be kind. And we will talk to you next.